Hey, what's up everybody? In today's video, we're going to discuss a few settings and preferences inside the round robin calendar that can help you establish consistency in your booking process. So I'm inside my GoHighLevel sub account, and under calendar settings, you can see I already have a round robin calendar. I'm going to take an example of a solar company here. And again, if you do not have a round robin calendar set up, you can easily do so by clicking on create calendar here and then selecting the round robin option. For now, I'm just going to edit the one that I have. Now under the meeting details, I'm going to scroll down a little bit where it says select team members. So as you can see, we have different team members here, and right across it, we have this new gear icon which says advanced settings. So let's go ahead and open it, and then you'll see we have a reschedule preference and a new appointment preference. Now let's discuss these one by one. The first one we have here is reassign through round robin, which is the default option. Now let's take an example. Let's say there's a lead called Leslie that comes into this calendar and then books an appointment. Now there is a chance based on the availability that it will either be scheduled with Tyson or Mark, right? Now let's say Leslie was scheduled with Tyson, and on the day of the appointment or day before that, she decides to reschedule. She comes back into the calendar and picks a time again. Now based on the settings, it is highly likely that she ends up booking that appointment with Mark at the back end, right? And that is exactly how the round robin calendar works, and that is the default preference, which is reassigned through round robin. So if you do not want to do that, and you want that even though Leslie rescheduled, I still want Leslie to be scheduled with Tyson, who was initially the first person she came in contact with. So in order to do that, you'll have to change the preference to keep the same appointment owner, so the round robin calendar does not override that setting, and she is still able to meet with the same person she was initially tended to. Now this was the reschedule preference. The next one we have here is the new appointment preference, and you can see we have an option that we can enable which says always book with the contact assigned user. So what this means is, let's say Leslie had an assigned user who could be Tyson or Mark. Now if she wants to book an appointment through this round robin calendar and both of them are in there, Leslie could only be booked with the same person she was already assigned to. This basically helps you to make sure that whoever was the assigned user to a lead, when that lead actually decides to book an appointment, he or she will be booked with the same person who was their assigned contact, given that that person already exists in your calendar settings. Now you will see that if you want to allow this, it won't let you do that, and there's a reason for it. So let's actually get that setting enabled. In order to do that, you'll have to head over to forms and payments, then scroll up a little bit here, and under the widget order, you'll see that we have date and time selector first and form as second. Now in order to unlock the setting we want, we'll have to switch this order around, which is a prerequisite for this. And if we go back to meeting details here, go under advanced settings, you'll see that we now have this setting unlocked, so we can enable it right here and then click on apply. Now before you hit save, there's a couple of more settings that we have to go into before finalizing this process. So let's dive into those. I'm going to click on notification and additional options, and then if I scroll up a little bit, you'll see we have this option which is assign contact to the respective calendar team members. Now you'll see that the keyword here is each time an appointment is booked. So what this setting allows you to do is, if you have this enabled, and if a lead comes in and has an assigned user A, but they end up booking an appointment with user B, the assigned user of that contact will be updated to user B, which means that this setting is basically overriding the assigned user based on the new appointment owner. So if you have this setting enabled, it will do that every time an appointment is booked. And you'll notice when you enable this setting, there's another one that pops up right below it, which is skip assigning contact if they already have an assigned user. Now it's a recommendation that you have it enabled, because most of the times if a lead comes in and they do not have an assigned user, only then the setting or preference above will come in action and basically assign the new user based on the appointment owner. If you do not have it selected, then it can basically override the assigned user, which could be a problem in some of the sales cases. So it's always a recommendation that you have these enabled, which will make sure that the appointment owner basically comes in assigned user if that lead didn't have a user before. So these few settings and preferences can actually help you establish consistency in your booking process and actually help your users have a good customer experience. That was about this video. If you have any questions, please post them below and we'll get back to you.